Okay, so now let's react to Mr. Taika Waititi telling us how to be racist.
As New Zealander of the Year, I'm calling on every one of my fellow Kiwis to help support a very important cause. Racism needs your help to survive. You may not be in a position to give much to racism, but whatever you feel comfortable giving will make a huge difference. You don't have to be a full-on racist. Just being a tiny bit racist is enough.
That's a nice attempt at trying to not sound condescending. Of course it fails.
A smile, a cheeky giggle, even a simple nod in agreement. It all adds up, and it gives others the message that it's okay.
So, this is, again, introducing the idea of group guilt. That everyone is culpable. Smiling, giggling, and nodding. Again, that's what I was saying is like emotion policing, action policing. Saying that if you do these things, then it inherently makes you contribute to racism. Obviously not true, not provable, cannot be gauged by any scientific means.
Frequently asked questions about racism. But I'm not a real racist. Can I still help? Of course. Even if you don't come from a racist background, that's okay. Being a bit racist is super easy.
A bit racist keeps getting repeated throughout the video.
How do I spread the word? You don't actually have to talk people into it. Just be a bit racist, and they'll feel the social pressure to follow along.
And that is essentially them expanding the definition of racism.
My mum says being a bit racist is bad. Oh, shut up, Mum.
Yeah, shut up, Mum, and shut up, Dad is what the people should be saying about these social justice campaigns.
What's in it for me? Nothing. There's no benefit whatsoever to being racist. But ask yourself, what if everyone stopped giving to racism? What kind of future would that be for our children?
Okay, again, all of this, even if you go on the Give Nothing website, it's all anecdotal evidence based on personal testimony. Not saying that that those experiences are invalid, but in terms of the guilt tripping that is laid on a bit of racism is pretty heavy.
If I only give a little bit, will it even make a difference? Not to you, no. But to the people receiving the racism, they'll be getting hundreds of small bits every day, so it will add up. It will be noticed. How do I show my support? You might not want to wear a t-shirt that says how much of a racist you are. No thanks. I'm racist on the inside.
Okay, this shot right here. This is what sums up the entire campaign. Racist on the inside. How are you going to police that? Why would you want to police what is on the inside? Making someone feel guilty for how they think, which is what this whole campaign and several throughout the world are doing.
But you can laugh at racist comments. It does the same thing. Remember, the only thing that can keep racism alive and help it grow is feeding it, nurturing it. And that's where you come in. Will you help it flourish? What will you give to racism?
If you look at the end statement of the New Zealand Human Rights website, That's Us is New Zealand's first anti-racism campaign that asks Kiwis to start sharing our own personal stories about racism, intolerance, and hatred, as well as our hopes for the future, but the future by the New Zealand Human Rights Commission. Racial intolerance is on the rise overseas and closer to home. The New Zealand Attitudes and Values Survey, as well as our own complaints data, shows we need to start talking openly about intolerance. That's Us is about a kind of people we want to be as well as the kind of country we want our kids growing up in. This last bit obviously sums it up as to where this ideology is being pushed from. The campaign is an initiative in support of the New Zealand Migrant Settlement and Integration Strategy, and is supported by the New Zealand National Commission for UNESCO. You know, just interpreting off of what it says there, the implication is it's obviously a form of, I would say, brainwashing to kind of have the country be open to, again, immigration and integration. This is an issue that is having major consequences overseas, and obviously New Zealand, as being part of the West, is no exception. And if you go onto UNESCO, which is the United Nations organization, it says, building peace in the minds of men and women. In the minds of men and women. So it's, again, so this is why I wanted to make this video, because it's part of a larger global phenomenon of essentially thought, emotion, and speech policing. And I honestly think it's fucked up.